Yes, thank you, Chair. If I listen to the legal service, I get the impression that if you look at the deal, agreement, statement, or whatever it is, article by article, that everything is actually fine. But the point is, of course, that this has not been presented article by article. It has been presented as a package. And I think it is significant that, legally speaking as well, that the Commission, until the 19th of April, used the term agreement and then replaced it suddenly, without explanation, by the term statement. So I think the Commission realised very well the legal implications of that term. And I find it worrying that the fact that this package, or whatever it is composed of elements which in themselves were already existing tools, or they are tools which will have to be adopted in a regular legislative procedure involving this Parliament, etc., etc., that we seem to be entering in uncharted territory, legally speaking, because the Member States, the Commission, or, I mean, to me it's not even clear who's actually concluded this deal-ish thing, creature, whatever, that they just go outside all the regular structures that we have available for this kind of agreements with third countries. I fully agree that we have to make agreements with our neighbouring countries and other countries, but here we are entering into a territory where the Member States and the Commission are just doing something, very much at random. There is no, and that means there is no democratic oversight, not by the European Parliament, not by the national parliaments, there is no judicial oversight. It all becomes extremely elusive, and that is the problem I have. I am sure that if you look at it article by article, if you dissect it, then you probably come to the conclusions that the legal service has drawn. But I would like to hear from the legal service, if you don't look at it article by article, but as a package which has been presented as an agreement, even if it was rewrapped in a different gift wrap and it was then called a statement, there is a legal precedent here that makes me feel extremely uneasy. Yes, thank you, Chair. First of all, let me make very clear that I was always very much in favour of visa liberalisation for Turkey, but I have to say the whole process has been messed up completely. Mrs. Corazza-Bildt rightfully said that we shouldn't apply double standards. Well, quite. So we need to treat Turkey like all the other countries that are aspiring for visa liberalisation. There are 72 criteria, they have to be fulfilled. It's quite simple. And coincidentally, I think that given the sensitivity of the dossier, the Commissioner would have been well advised to be present himself, rather than an official who passes on the message. But the Commission says we have a very tight calendar. Well, sorry, the calendar is not tight because of the procedure for granting visa liberalisation, but because the Commission has connected it to the refugee crisis. Those are two completely distinct issues. So I agree with Mrs. Corazza-Bildt. We'll go through the procedure, we'll do it in a proper manner, and that will mean that we will judge the progress and if Turkey meets the criteria on its merits and by no other standards. So not relating to the refugee crisis.